Hi guys, in today's video we're going to be learning how to calculate unknown sides in a compound shape, which is a useful skill if we need to work out a compound shape's perimeter or even its area. So, in this example, we have a compound shape that's made up of two rectangles joined together. We've been given several of the sides, so we've been given 2 meters, 5 meters, another 5 meters, and 4 meters. However, if we were being asked to calculate the perimeter, we still have two fairly big unknowns. We do not know what this bottom edge is here, and we don't know what this left-hand side is here. So because we have these unknowns, we're going to have to do a little bit of maths in order to work it out. So, first of all, let's start off with this vertical edge here. So, that is a vertical edge running up and down. Now, at the moment, yes, I've left the boxes on, so we could just count the boxes. But let's assume that we don't have that. Is there anything on this side of the shape that is equivalent to this orange line that I've created now on the left-hand side? Well, the answer is yes. If I take this 5 meter stretch here and this 4 meter stretch here and add them together, we will have something that adds up to the same as this long edge here. So in other words, this long edge is the same as the 5 meters down to there and the 4 meters down to here. So this edge is 5 plus 4, which is 9. So it is 9 meters long. What about this other edge along the bottom? This unknown here. Well, we know that up to this point along here, so up to here, is 2 meters. Whereas along this edge here, from here to here, is 5 meters. So the total of this edge is 2 meters plus 5 meters, which equals 7 meters. So now we have everything that we need in order to calculate the total perimeter. So we have a long edge of 9 meters, we've got a shorter edge of 2 meters, we've got 5 meters, we've got another 5 meters, we've got 4 meters, and then we have 7 meters. And we can add them together in a vertical sum or a column sum or a chimney sum or whatever you want to call it. And when we do that, we get a final answer of 32 meters. Now the way we did that was just by figuring out other sides that we can add together in order to make up the long edge that we don't know. So by adding horizontal sides together, you can make a long horizontal edge. And by adding vertical sides together, you can make the equivalent of a long vertical edge. Let's see this in some more examples. So in this case, pretty much the same sort of example. We have a vertical edge here that's an unknown, and we have a horizontal edge here that's unknown. So this vertical edge, which I'll highlight in yellow, what's that the same as? Well, we've got another vertical edge here and here. So up to this point, we know that that is 5 meters from here to here. Up until this point, we know that that is 4 meters from there to there. So the total edge, once again, is 5 plus 4, which is 9 meters in total. What about this edge here? This horizontal edge? Well, to get horizontal edges, we add horizontal edges. So we've got a horizontal edge along the bottom, and we've got a horizontal edge slightly further up. So in theory then, to this point here is 4 meters, and from this point to this point here, sorry, I've gone a little bit too short there, from this point to this point here is 3 meters. So adding them together, we should have 4 plus 3, which is 7 meters. So we've got a 9 meter and a 7 meter. So now we could work out the perimeter just by adding all the sides together. So 7 plus 4 plus 3 plus 5 plus 4 plus 9. And we get, once again, 32 meters. I obviously really like these sorts of dimensions because that's twice I've got a shape with 32 meters around the perimeter here. Quickly then, a slightly more challenging example, but the same principle applies. Unknown horizontal edge. To do that, we add together the known horizontal edges. So up to this point here is 4 meters. To this point here is another 3 meters. And this point here is another 3 meters. So we're just adding together 3 edges now. So 4 plus 3 is 7, plus another 3 is 10. So 10 meters along the bottom. And up the side, so to get a vertical edge, I just add together the vertical edges that will add up to this. So we have, up until this point here, 3, up until that point there, 4, and this small part here is 2. So add it all together, 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 2 is 9. And now we would have we have the necessary information to work out our perimeter. And when we add them all together, we get 38 meters around the perimeter. Sometimes though, the process is slightly more challenging. So here, this is our unknown edge. So our unknown edge is this stretch here. And we haven't a clue what that is. But we do have a couple of other vertical edges like that we can use to work it out. So we have this long edge here, which is 9 meters. And we have this shorter edge here, which is 3 meters. Now, adding them together wouldn't make sense. That would give us an extra long edge. And we're not talking about an extra long edge. We're talking about a shorter edge. So it could not be more than 9 meters. If anything, it has to be less than 9 meters. So I don't want 9 meters. I don't want the 3 meters. I just want this bit. How do I get it on its own? Well, let's make an assumption. At the moment, we have the whole thing from here to here. But I only want from here to here. Which means, effectively, I have to get rid of that section. I want this section gone. I want to erase it. How do we do that mathematically? What process can we apply to actually achieve that? The simple answer is subtraction. It's a take away sum. We take our 9 meter edge and we take away this 3 meter stretch from it. And when we do that, we're left with a difference. It'll be 6 meters long. And just as a proof of this, I've added the grid on here. So we can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 meters up the side. 3 meters down here. And we did 9 take away 3. So the long edge take away the shorter edge, which has given us 6 meters. Let's see if that's actually worked out then. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right enough. The math checks out. You simply take your long edge and subtract the shorter section from it to work this out. So here's a challenge one for you because we have 2 unknown edges. We have this one here and we have this one here, which I'll do that one in a minute. So let's take it piece by piece. If you feel like pausing the video and challenging yourself at any point, of course, by all means do that. But I'm just going to keep cracking with this just now. So we have this unknown horizontal edge. What other horizontal edges do we have? Well, we've got a long one along here, and we have a slightly shorter one along here. Now we only want this bit. We only want that section. Now I know that the whole way along this section is the equivalent of the whole way along this section. So the whole thing would be 13. All the way along from edge to edge here would be 13. But I don't want this section. This section is superfluous. I don't need it. I want rid of it. How do I do that? Well, I take it away. There. I rubbed it out. How much did I rub out of it? 8 centimeters. The same as this section down here. So what did I do? I had a 13 meter stretch, sorry, we're talking centimeters now, a 13 centimeter stretch from there. So I started off with 13, but I took away an 8 centimeter stretch there. When I do that, it leaves me with 5 centimeters. So this edge here is 5 centimeters. The next part then is going to be this unknown edge here. Well, what known edges do we have? We have 8 centimeters there, and we have 4 centimeters here. Now, our long edge is 8 centimeters, so all the way down to the bottom would be 8. But again, we've got this section here that we don't want. How long was that section that I just rubbed out? Well, it was 4 centimeters. So what did I do? I started off with my 8, and I subtracted 4 from it. The answer then is 4 centimeters. And finally then, if I add all these edges together, all the way around the perimeter, what I get is a total of 42 centimeters. So effectively, that's how we calculate unknown sides in a compound shape. Sometimes we're having to add sides together to add up to a larger side, if it's a larger side that we're missing. Other times, we're having to subtract shorter sides from longer sides in order to work out another slightly shorter side. Either way, the process is simple. It's either adding or it's subtracting. So a fairly simple process, but it allows you to do lots of other things with compound shape. Whether that might just be calculating the perimeter, like I did in these examples, or even perhaps calculating the entire inside area of a shape. Cheers, guys!